doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Diffuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself.
Welcome everybody, welcome again. Second live video of the year. Well, actually, the first live video of the year. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody had a good night. Celebrated about the New Year and well. You know, they have a lot of goals they want to crush. One of my goals is to keep bringing you guys content, be more consistent for you guys, give you guys a lot more in-depth things on matchups. Like today, we have an exciting matchup to talk about. A young stud versus an OG in the game. Paolo Banchero versus KD. Last night, them boys put on a show. Them boys put on an absolute show. Now, before we get started and dive into that, I would like for you guys to like, subscribe, share this video with anybody that's a huge fan of the NBA, anybody that's a KD fan, maybe even a Paolo fan. You know, you got some Duke fans that's following him still. You see, I got my Magic jersey on. I am an Orlando Magic fan, but I'm also from PG, so I got a lot of love for KD. And yesterday, man, them guys put on the show. Shout out to the network, Refuse to Lose Network. We have a lot of different shows, FFC, BWT, CTC. We have the Joe Jordan Show, Dave's Doghouse, In the Red Corner. Then we have the main show that talks about all different sports, and that's the Refuse to Lose Show. So tap in, subscribe, click the link in the bio as well. And we have different chats and things that you can join and become a part of. And it'll open up a lot of things, you know. It'll teach you a lot that you might not even know about certain sports. You get live updates before Bleacher Report, ESPN, those guys put it out there. We're one of the first people to know. So if you want to get exclusive content, click the link in the bio, become a member. There's different tiers, you know, from $2 to $10. So check it out and become a member, and let's get into it. So last night, KD and Paolo went crazy, man. I mean, it was a show. If you know, like I said, I'm a Magic fan. I've been following Paolo, you know, since last year and Rookie of the Year, putting up numbers that only a guy like LeBron, guys like Luka have put up in their rookie season, and even KD, I believe. So last year, Paolo was on a podcast. If you're familiar with JJ Redick's podcast, I think it's Old Man and Three Old Men. My apologies, JJ, you my dog, if I got that wrong. But Paolo was on there, and they asked him what was his welcome to the NBA moment. And he spoke about how KD dropped 45 on him, and he made it look effortless. Like he was pulling up over bowl, like it was nothing. He was just turning around, getting to his spot. He was dropping buckets, and he was like, man, KD knew that he can get his bucket. He knew he got to get to his spot, and a guy like Paolo, he's taking notes. A guy like Paolo, he wants to get better. So what else is there to do but to learn from a guy like KD? So what did Paolo do in this offseason? Well, him and KD actually got some work in together during the offseason. As you see here, these guys are working on some KD stuff. You know, KD is probably the most purest, unstoppable scorer ever, just because of his jump shot is so pure. And he's so tall. All he has to do is really get to his spot and rise up. It's not too much work like, you know, a smaller guy will have to do, putting on endless moves. You just get to your spot and rise up. And Paolo being 6'10", a couple inches shorter than the KD, that's what you got to do. All the best players, the greatest scorers ever, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, even Joel Embiid right now, what are they doing? Killing in the mid-range. So Paolo is really adding that to his game. And I'm liking what I'm saying from the young guy, you know. He's putting up good numbers in his second year. He's taking that lead. He's taking that he's taking that job on to being the guy. He knows that in crucial moments he has to take those shots. He has to be the guy to get the buckets. And how else to get buckets whether than to simplify your game? And who's better to learn from? A guy like KD. So as we check out these moves that these guys are learning, that these guys are doing right here, I mean, it's like unstoppable stuff right here. Both of these guys being 6'10" and plus, they get into the lane like this. It's not too many guys that can stop them, you know. And Paolo Banchero, he has a little bit more size, a little bit more what can I say? A little bit more girth on him. So it's going to be a little different coming from him rather than a KD. KD literally is a guy that can get somewhere and just pull up. Paolo can do the same, but he can also add the bully ball aspect to it as well, which I think is really going to catapult him into being one of the top players, not just top scorers, but top players in the league. I had a hot take. I'm going to keep bringing it up that he was going to be a top 5 player this year. Doesn't look like it because, you know, he started the season off a little shaky. He wasn't really taking over like he wanted, like he's supposed to. He's really a winner. He's a guy that wants to win. He makes the right decisions. So that's why I say he reminds me a lot of LeBron James. He passed the ball very, very well. You know, last night, I believe he had about 7 assists. So that's the type of player he is. But let's get into this duel right here. These guys were dropping buckets left and right. As we watch the game, they start the game off, both of these guys trading buckets. First bucket, as you see here, Paolo gets into the lane, easy layup. KD comes right back. He like, come on, youngin. I can do the same thing. Gets to the lane, pull up, easy buckets. Paolo said, you know what? I got you. Let me do one better for you. Let me go ahead and show you my pull up that I learned. You know, you helped me polish. You helped me get better at this. And KD, you know, a guy like Jalen Suggs just too small. Like I said, he gets to his spot and just pulls up. These guys were just trading buckets back and forth. You see, he gets in the lane. What I tell you guys, he has the size, the power to bully you, and that's what he did just now. He just got into the lane, got a bump, and finished. One dribble. Bang, dunk. Now, one thing that I do want to see Paolo get better at, and that's just hitting the 3 better. His jumper has to be a little bit more pure, like a KD, and I think that will come with time. That will come with him just practicing more, him getting more game shots, so him getting more summers in the gym and things of that nature, and him playing against guys like this. It's really going to bring the best out of him. The Magic right now are a top 5 team in the East. And a lot of that has to do with Paolo's play. You know, you don't see him drop 30 every game. He don't even drop 25 every game. But he impacts the game in so many different ways that it's so noticeable. Like he's a solid rebounder, solid defender. And like I said, he's an above average passer. Tonight, I mean, this game, his stat line was 28 points, 7 assists, 9 rebounds. Stat stuffing machine. KD, 31 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Also had 1 block and 3 steals. So KD really picked it up on the defensive end. But you see there, KD spacing the floor out. Paolo getting caught helping on the dive, and he just pops out, hit the 3. This probably was Paolo's best move last night. You see that turnaround spin move in the lane over 2 guys. Now that's KD-ish right there. I'm liking what I'm saying. As I said, KD had a little defense right here. He gets a block, gets it in transition, and come on, you got to stop the ball. KD's going to go down the lane and just dunk it every time. Paolo, open 3, knockdown. See, we had to see more of that. We had to see more of him being able to knock down those open shots, being able to come off the pick, step back, hit the 3. Like, this has to be a more consistent thing for him if he want to become a top 5 player because, I mean, he's not a Giannis. He's not a guy that's just going to, you know, dunk the ball over you every time. He doesn't have that length with his arms. I believe his wingspan isn't that long. He doesn't he's 6'10", but he doesn't have like a 7'3" wingspan, nothing like that. His arms aren't that long, like a KD or a Giannis or something like that. He has a good handle on the ball, and look, he get to his spot, spin move, finish over big guys. Like, this is what Paolo has to do. Now, the difference in between these two in this game right here, as you see the 4th quarter, you only see one Paolo highlight, really. You know why? In the 4th quarter, Paolo only played 8 minutes, 31 seconds. That is a no-no. Franz Wagner played more minutes than him, and Gary Harris played more minutes than him. That is terrible. That's like I noticed with the coach, he has like a certain format that he goes through each game, and he can't do that all the time. When you got a guy like a KD out there, you have to put your best player out there so he can match his momentum. A guy that can trade bucket for bucket, that can just impact the game on the level of a KD. In the fourth quarter, Paolo goes 1 for 4, only 2 points. He gets one assist, which was a garbage time assist. You know, the game was pretty much over. He gets a rebound and he just throws it up, and they get the layup. KD, on the other hand, he's out there for almost 11 minutes. That's 3 more minutes than Paolo. He's 3 from 5 from the field, but he also has 2 assists, which were very crucial at the end of the game. So, as you see, Paolo, those moves that you saw on the tape when they was practicing, you see a lot of those things in the highlights as well. So Paolo, he learned a lot. He pretty much, you know, is getting better and better. I can see this guy in the next 2 years, really, possibly even next year, taking that leap, because he's not just a scorer. He's not just a big man that can rebound. He does everything, literally. He's a rebounder, defender, he's an assist guy, and he's a scorer. But you got to give respect to a guy like KD, you know, him being in the game so long, still producing at a high level like this. That just shows the skill that he has. You know, that's the key there, you know, simplifying your game, making it easy. I saw a video of LaMarcus Aldridge. He was talking about Wemby. He was saying, you know, you have to find that go-to move. You know, LaMarcus Aldridge, everybody know what his go-to move was, the fadeaway. I mean, you know, he say in the first quarter, that can get you going. In the fourth quarter, that can end the game for you. KD, same thing. He has that pull-up. He has that turnaround fade. Those are his moves. So that's the thing Paolo has to do. And the coach has to put the ball in Paolo's hands in the fourth quarter more. He's he probably, I would say he's the best playmaker on the team behind a guy like Markelle Fultz, who's hurt right now. So right now he's actually the best out there. So he needs the ball in his hand. He needs the ball in his spot so he doesn't have to work so hard to get his buckets. Get him in the mid post like a Carmelo Anthony, you know, or a KD. Let him catch it right there and make things happen. He's going to demand a lot of attention. And he's an excellent passer. You need to surround him with a couple more shooters, guys that can hit shots, because he will find them. But, you know, it was a great duel between these two guys. They both put up buckets. Like I said, 28 for Paolo, 31 for KD. Them boys was balling out there. And it was a show for sure. I feel like Paolo really took what happened last year personal. And he wanted to show that he can do it with a guy like KD. He can do it with the best of them. And he did it, you know. He played against the Greek Freak earlier this year. He do it with him as well. And we got the dub. Didn't get the dub this game, but I like what I saw from Paolo. So, Paolo, keep doing what you're doing, my boy. KD, you know, you a beast, man, legend. Can't wait to see what you guys do in the playoffs. Bradley Beal did play yesterday. I want to give him a shout out. He balled out, played 31 minutes, 35 minutes actually, 10 for 13 from the field, 25 points, balled out. He's bringing a different dimension to this Suns team. But shout out to the Magic for being able to stick with this team, holding them to only 112 points, which is, I think, pretty good, especially when you got three-hitter monster and Devin Booker, KD, and Bradley Beal out there, all of them scoring 20-plus points. Even Nurkic gave them 19 last night, and this team was still able to battle with them. We need a little bit more from Jalen Suggs, but Paolo versus KD, man, I can watch that all day, every day. Those guys are certified bucket getters. And Paolo is nothing but getting better and better. Like I said, he's going to bring a different dimension than the KD because he has the ability to bully you as well. I'm excited, man. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about, you know, what do you guys think about Paolo versus KD? And, you know, where do you guys see Paolo at? Where do you guys see Paolo going in the next couple of years? You guys see him as a superstar? Do you guys think he can be a top 3 player in the league? Me personally, I think he can be top 3, top 2, really. They got guys like Anthony Edwards saying that he might be one of the best. I just think Paolo impacts the game a lot better, a lot different. Being 6'10" is like this comment here by Joe. Crazy Paolo is 6'10", and he's still shorter than KD, but like I said, he makes up a lot of that with his size, his strength, and it's going to be an exciting thing. Now, let's check out some of these comments that everybody's been putting on here. And yes, Joe, yes, definitely. Has the frame. You see what Giannis had to do. Once Giannis got the frame and he learned that can't nobody stop me going to the paint, he was doing his thing. Now, I think Paolo definitely has to attack the rim a lot more. That's really his bread and butter. Like I said, he has to get better with the three ball. His mid range is definitely getting there. As you saw in the video, he had a couple fadeaways, couple pull up middies, but definitely getting to the basket is going to be his bread and butter. I agree with you, Teddy, as well. Tatum definitely got into the weight room, definitely, and you definitely see him attacking the basket a lot more, which I think is going to help out a lot. What did I say in my last show? I say those three balls, you shoot too many threes, man. It leads to long rebounds. It leads to fast breaks for other teams. That's why I love a guy like SGA. His game is not three ball or die. He a two ball specialist. Like he gets up in the paint, gets in that midi, and he does his thing. Like this guy is a beast. So let's see. Top three. How long you think it takes before he gets there? Top three, Teddy. Like I said, man, it can happen in 2 years. That's how good I think this guy is. And it's not just about his ability, it's his mindset. If you hear him in the press conferences, he speaks on things like what he got to do to get better. He speaks on, being great, playing winning basketball. He speaks on, emulating what these greats are doing and trying to get better. So I really think that he can do that in the next 3 years. So next 2 years, my bad. So yeah, man, it's exciting to see what these guys doing, man. Shout out to Paolo, shout out to KD again, PG native. We love to see people from the home team continue to strive for greatness, and he's been striving for greatness since he got into the league. Paolo, being a young pup, he's showing guys that he's here. He's ready to ball with the best of the best, and I think that he will be there soon. You see a guy like SGA. It took him a couple years because he didn't come in as the best player. He came in. He played with Chris Paul. He was on the Clippers for a second behind guys, and now he got his own team. You see what he can do. So I urge a lot of GMs to let their young guys ball out. See what you got. You see a guy in Scotty Barnes with the Raptors coming to his own. Shout out to Scoot. I just spoke on him. Even Wemby. They're realizing. These guys are great. These guys can be great, and let them work. Let them do their thing. So that's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget. Like, subscribe, share the video with anybody that's an NBA fan, a Magic fan, KD fan, or just love basketball. I love talking about this kind of stuff. I love breaking down what players doing out there. We're gonna have a lot more of these battles because that's one of the main things I'm watching for. I thought that we was gonna have a great battle between my boy Ja Morant and Fox yesterday, but the Kings kind of spoiled that and blew them out. So there was a great battle earlier this year between Fox and SGA, though, that I might double back on because they was going at it. And I spoke last episode on how those two are the best two-way point guards in the league, and it was definitely on display that game. So shout out to the NBA. Shout out to these guys battling. We loved it. It reminds me of the early 2000s when I really got into basketball. You get guys, two of the best players out there. They battling against each other. A lot of times you saw they were checking each other. But, like I said, the NBA is a pick and roll league. You're going to find a mismatch. You're going to make it easier for yourself. So, hey, man, I love what I'm saying, man. Shout out. Let's keep this rolling. But like I said, that's all I have, man. Shout out to the network, Refuse to Lose. Check out all the other shows. I'm going to run them down for you again. FFC, CTC, BWT, In the Red Corner. We have the Joe Jordan Show. Dave's Doghouse. Definitely check out Dave's Doghouse if you got some beef with somebody because Dave might give you what you want and throw him in that doghouse for you. And last but not least, the main show, the Refuse to Lose Show. Subscribe, click the link in the bio, become a member, get the perks, and join the team, man. We have a lot more for you guys coming. Once again, Happy New Year's. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate all the love and support. We're going to keep this thing rolling, but that's all I have for you guys. Everybody have a good rest of your day. We actually have a game on now. I believe the Knicks are playing the Timberwolves, the new look Knicks with OG. I believe OG is playing tonight. So your boy about to tune into that, and you never know, I might have another video for you guys. So have a good day, man. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.